Let's start out this video, and I want to thank the pigs and the chickens and the cows and all the meat that we eat. I want to thank them up in the other world, and the reason why I believe that many cults or religions pray to these animals before they sacrifice them is because they've actually sacrificed themselves before they came into this world. And how so? If you ask me, how has the cow or the pig or the chicken or the goat or the elephant or the mouse, how have any of these animals sacrificed themselves for us? Well, if it was a wolf, he kept the pack together. He kept the rivers moving. He kept what his duty was. He was the receiver of the element of his domain or her domain. We as humans are the elements of our domain. As the mouse ran after the cheese, as the cat ran after the mouse, as the elephant stamped out the mouse in his microprocessor, that's how it works. So when you thank, you're actually thanking Matrix for making it possible that we can be the humans that we are because of what we chose to be. I could have chosen to come down here and be a pig. Oh, I'm sorry. As a human being, there are some days that I am that pig. There are some days that I am that mouse. There are some days that I am that cat. But I really don't eat cat, or I don't eat cat at all. I have to treat my cat with respect, my dog with respect, because all of this and all this vibration goes back to the greater source and comes back to you as the fate, as fate. Does God have his hand, whether it's Allah God sitting with Muhammad, whether it's Jesus sitting with Santa Claus, whether it's Moses or Noah sitting with, or Abraham sitting with Hashem? There's one element that connects all these gods and saviors together. There's one element, two elements, two major elephants, maybe three major elephants. Elephants. You know what I'm saying? And you know what that is? Because of the elephant, it's the water. Noah in the water. Moses had to split the water. Many people are baptized. We go and we eat halal and kosher because of the reason and the thanking of the meat and the element that's in the air, that when we process a meat, is it tenderer and it's a better meat because of the matrix vines. And we talk about the matrix vines. I want to explain to you one little thing, that here's a piece of meat. And if you cut the meat straight down, you're going to be eating those grains straight down. But if you cut the meat this way, you cut every single grain. And cutting that grain means letter Z and the letter N. If you cut with the grain, like planks of plywood, the way they usually make it, you are actually cutting the H and the I element. The I equaling to the outside of the tree, the top and the bottom, okay, and splitting the center of the tree. And the H is talking about the two sides of the tree and cutting the tree's grain straight across. The relevance of every element, of every understanding of the reality and your perception. And thank you, Raphael, 7286, in a constellation of Pegasus. I want to thank my son for giving me that great idea because of the food he cooked me tonight for supper. Bonsoir, mes amis.